Let's have a look what a full week's like in January. We'll have a look at the ups and the downs of the week. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a new week. I'm Dave from Anvil Logistics, and it is Monday the 23rd of January, and it's 6:45 in the morning, and I have come out to start my week. I haven't managed over the weekend to secure a job for today. I bid lots of well, there wasn't all that much came out over the weekend, I'll be honest, but whatever came out I bid on, but I was completely unsuccessful, didn't get one. And again, time of year, bids are low, shippers have got plenty of choice, and I didn't manage to secure anything. So, and I didn't put outrageous prices in. So what I've done is I've come out this morning to start my week, and I've come out, and I've actually come out in my van, and I've parked up not too far from the house, but I know that in the house I don't focus my mind, I don't keep a good enough eye on the feed, so I kind of miss half the jobs that come out. So I thought I'll come out this morning. This is possibly a bad idea on a Monday, because Monday's not usually all that busy anyway, to see if I can bag myself a job this morning. So we'll see how it goes. And again, this week I'll kind of do it a bit like a video diary, I think, unless I forget. And we'll see if we can secure some work this week. I'm sure I'll get work, it's just I've not got high expectations, you know, of getting great work, but you never know, I might pick up an ADR job in the week or something, or a decent job. But you know, I'll just pretty much take anything, because beggars can't be choosers at this time of year, can they? I hope everyone else who's out there in the same position as me has a good week. Right, still Monday, it's 8:30, and I'm on my way to collect a job. So it took, you know, a good hour and 45 minutes to get one. Did bid on a few, didn't get them, even an adventurous one to Aberdeen. Didn't get that either, but I've got one now. Trouble is, it's going to take me 40 minutes to pick it up, because obviously I'm banging rush hour, so nothing much I can do about that. I'm going to Lincoln. So I'm driving from Stockport area, and I'm going to Lincoln. And this is not too bad, because one, I got a good rate for it because it is Lincoln, and Lincoln's not a prolific area to pick up work from. You do see work come out of it, but in reality I'll probably end up driving up towards Doncaster or something like that afterwards to try and get a job. But again, at this time of year, no one's going to guarantee that, are they? But there is the possibility, and it's only a possibility, that there may be a return load on this. They're going to let me know on the way. So if that's the case, then it'll be a little belter, especially at the rate I'm getting. And I think they're just basically paying me this decent rate because it's Lincoln. Anyway, at least I'm moving, and at least I'm going to be earning some money. We'll see how it goes. So update on the day is this. Still Monday. It's getting on a bit now. It is 4 PM. I took that job to Lincoln, and as I suspected, one, I didn't get the return job, which is a bit disappointing. I'll have to wait for a bit for them to confirm that, but I did get paid some waiting time. So, and with my little bit of waiting time, I bid for a job in Newark, which is a bit away from Lincoln, and that was going up towards Doncaster. It was a small van job, not an awful lot of money, but you know, every bit helps and goes towards the juice, so to speak. And then I waited up in Doncaster for about 2 hours, bidding for work, didn't get any. Some of it obviously wasn't ideal anyway, didn't really suit where I wanted to go, and kind of give up and started to head home. And I was on the M62 when I saw a job going to the Stoke area, ST10, and I thought, you know, I'll bid for that. I didn't really think when I did that, but I bid quite a strong price, and I got it. And then now I realise why I've got it, because it's going to the dreaded place where they manufacture diggers and plant machinery. I won't say their name because I don't want to get in trouble, but we all know who it is. So I've just left where I picked up from in Leeds, and I'm going to there. Expect to get there about 6:30 in the evening, and I'll probably get out about 11 after I've delivered. You never know, I might get lucky. It is a bit later when I'm getting there, so maybe the traffic won't be as heavy, and I might get done quickly. If I start like look annoying, they might just want to get rid of me. I avoid going to this place like the plague normally, but I didn't really think. And to be honest, as I said before, beggars can't be choosers. I'll keep an eye on the feed as I'm driving, see if I can pick up a job for tomorrow. And I have got a job secured for Wednesday. I've got an ADR job Wednesday, long wheelbase ADR job. So Wednesday's looking all right. So as long as that doesn't cancel before then, Wednesday's taken care of. So anyway, gonna get this. Gonna miss Emmerdale, but hey, what can you do? Take it easy, everyone. It's Tuesday morning now. I got home from that job to that bloody place where I delivered to. It wasn't too bad the wait. It was an hour. I waited an hour. You go in to the goods in office or whatever it is. They give you one of those buzzers, and then you wait in your van till it buzzes. Then you go back to the office and they give you your paperwork. But it wasn't too bad. An hour I can live with that. Got home a bit later than I'd like, but that's the time of year, isn't it? It's now 10 AM. I came out earlier and it was a bit rubbish, to be honest. So I've gone and run an errand. I've done the errand and now I'm sat waiting for a job. I've bid for a few. No luck yet, so we'll see how we do. Still Tuesday. Got a job and I'm off to Carlisle. Long wheelbase job. Decent rate. Took me ages to get it. It's a funny thing this January, like. Most of the shippers are obviously, you know, getting the lowest bids they can get, so the work's going lower. And you get lucky or you don't get lucky. I got lucky with this one because it's going to Carlisle. Again, an area that you wouldn't ordinarily want to go to unless you had a decent rate for, which I've got a decent rate, well, for this time of year. I'll get there probably about 1:30, 1:45, getting on a bit to pick up another job. I'll see if I can scrap something back. I'll certainly try. But it is funny, I mean, I think there seems to be quite a lot of small van work out there. And I know that the small van guys that I know on the CX, they all seem to be doing pretty well. Well as you can do. They're not doing bad anyway. It's the bigger van guys who seem to be struggling more, because the long wheelbase van rates are going for almost what the small van rates are going for. So let's hope it picks up tomorrow. I've already got the ADR job. That's covered the day tomorrow anyway. So I might pick something up, I might not. I'll let you know tomorrow anyway. Keep on looking and keep on earning money if you can. Hello everybody, it is a Wednesday morning, Wednesday the 25th of January, and it's 8:15 in the morning, and I'm on my way to Ossett in West Yorkshire to collect my ADR job. This is a good job today, and will be my only job, because this will sort all my money out for the day. I'm actually priced it to actually get to Ossett as well and then go and do the job, and I should be home by 1 o'clock. And I'm having an easier day today because the last 2 days have been 2 longer days. Yesterday did okay money wise, but it was a long day, you know, into space with periods of doing nothing whilst I'm waiting for a job, and that's just the way January works. It's the same for most of the lads who are working on it. I ended up picking up a job to Lancaster, which I got a good rate for, because again, it's not Lancaster, I beg your pardon, Carlisle, which I got a job for a large shipper, and they paid me well for it, because again, Carlisle is not a good area to go to. Absolutely nothing was coming out of Carlisle when I dropped off, and it was, you been home at 2 o'clock in the afternoon by then. I made my way back down the M6, experimented with the van's miles per gallon, and managed to get it to late 40s of over 30 miles of doing constantly 56 miles an hour. However, the van was empty, of course, and you don't always drive like that, do you? But it's getting good miles per gallon now, which I'm pleased about, and with the slight reduction in fuel prices does help. But then a job I saw came up from Blackpool going to Wrexham, and I suspected it was a job I'd done before, and I'd got strong money for it last time. So in for a penny, I put a good bid in, and straight away they rang me and gave it me. But it meant that by the time I got there, I picked it up, got loaded, got to Wrexham, traffic was terrible, there was problems on the M56, got diverted. I didn't get home till 8 o'clock. So, although I did good money yesterday in the end, it was a longer day, and that's just the case. You know, it's January, the work is a bit scattered about, you've got to move for it, you've got to run for it, and you've got to work a bit later. But numbers wise this week, it's actually stacking up okay, better than I actually thought it would be, but I'm not going to pretend it's easy. So today, pick up this ADR job, get it done, finish early. I've got quite a bit of admin to do. I've had quite a few payments come in which I've not bothered processing yet, so I'm going to get those done, update me payment thing on the CX, move the VAT to the reserve account, and just generally get everything up to date, do a bit of housekeeping, and I will look for a job for tomorrow. That's today. I've spoke to the other lads, and it's a mixed bag. Some are struggling and some have done okay. When I say the other lads, these are the guys who I'm in contact with, which is generally the YouTube lads, so you probably watch their channels too, so you know what I mean. So it's a mixed bag. Some have done surprisingly well. I know Neil yesterday, Neil Neptune from Scotland, has had a great day and managed to secure himself a job back up to Scotland as well as a bonus. Andy P had a good day, and Tom had a good day, but I think Toby from Firkin Freight, not so good, and James at Freddie Fletcher's had his own job right down into the edge of Cornwall somewhere, and didn't manage to pick anything going back. So we're all ifs and buts, and the Saintsman, he's whizzing about in his new small van, picking up what he can. I think he had a little glitch with his new van, but it's only something minor. So apart from that, we're doing all right. So I'll sign off for today, and I'll update you for the rest of the week later. Good morning. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, the 26th. It's Thursday. Welcome to the kitchen of Anvil Mansions. I'm not sat in the van this time. I got fed up with doing that, to be honest. When you sit there for 2.5 hours looking for work, and it just is soul destroying at this time of year. Yesterday I did the ADR job, so I made decent money. I didn't do another job. That was my choice. I didn't even bother looking. I was back home for about 12:30 because quite frankly I'd had 2 late nights. Today I put some bids in this morning. There's not been much coming out. I put a couple of bids in. I put one in for an ADR job, which is it's picking up in Bradford. It's only going to Selby Bridge, but I put a minimum charge on that. Whether they go for that, I don't know. It's still on. I put the quote on about 7:30, and half an hour later it's still on, but they've got quite a wide window of picking it up. But I have a minimum, and I've got to drive, you know, 35 minutes up to Bradford to get it. It's up to them if they go for that or not. So I'm looking and bidding, see what I can get. In terms of this week, the numbers have not been too bad, but I've had to chase for it, and I've had to work late a couple of nights. So yesterday was a nice break, having got my money for the day and had an early finish. So I'm going to do bits and bats around the house this morning. The wife has left me a bit of a list. Made a classic mistake there, telling her I was going to stay in the house this morning. And then we'll see if we can pick something up. I've got the feed on, notifications, noises on. I keep the phone in my pocket and look and bid while I'm doing bits and bats. I'm dressed and ready for work, and everything's ready to go. So fingers crossed, but having spoken to and, you know, communicated with other people yesterday. Yesterday, apparently, a bad day for most people. No one really had a good day at all. So we'll see what today brings. Get what I get, won't I? Still Thursday. I got myself a local job from Oldham, and it came up to Liversedge, which is sort of like, you know, near Murphy, all that area. I didn't get a bad price for it, actually. I got 50 quid, and it was only 20 odd miles, so not a bad job. And now I've got a dilemma, because I parked myself on the services on the M62, Hartshead. Is it Hartshead? Yeah, I think it's called Hartshead. And I put a bid in for an ADR job, which is going down south, and it's a really good price if I get it. And I've had a phone call back from the shipper, and they said, right, we're going to contact the customer and check we're all right to go ahead with this. However, there's quite a bit of work coming out, and shall I wait for them to call me back, or shall I put some quotes in? Don't know. Anyway, I've given it 5 minutes, and now I've thrown some quotes in, because there's a bit of work coming out and I want a taste of it if I can. Some long wheelbase work. These are the dilemmas. If I get that ADR job, that's me sorted for the week. That job, that's it. I could finish after doing that. I mean, I'll get back late, but, you know, that's it. I could, in theory, take tomorrow off. I wouldn't, but I'd do a few jobs. But it's a gamble, and then these other jobs could go. So I've decided to bid for these, so we'll see what happens. That other job, you know, their customer might say, not going for it anyway. Oh, the dilemmas. The beauty of doing these things like a video diary is that you don't have to wait long to find out the answer. Yeah. And the answer is, I got that ADR job. I've got a good strong price, and I'm going down to Sheerness, which is ME something, ME20. So it's a good old drive for me, but it's a good old price as well. And in these uncertain times in January, to guarantee a well-paid job like this, that has taken any pressure that there may have been on the week off me. There wasn't much pressure anyway, because, to be honest, I'd set my budget lower and I'd actually not done too bad. So I won't get down there till after 5, and that even that might be optimistic, because by the time I've hit the M25 and everything, you could probably add another 30 minutes onto that. So let's say I'll get clear at 6. There ain't going to be any work out of there. So then the options are, do I stay down there and try and get a job back up north in the morning? I can check out the feed on the way down to see if any work is coming out for a collection for a journey back up north again for the morning. Or do we just think, sack it, we'll have a slow drive home. If I pick something up, that'll be a little bit of a bonus. And eat the dead miles because of the enhanced rate that I've got to drive home. So I'll worry about that when I get down there. But the essential fact is that this week now is an on-target week. It's over-target week, which is great considering it's January and this is my first full week back. So we'll see what happens, and I'll let you know probably when I sum up this video at the end of the week. Thank you very much. I'm just driving through Lincolnshire at the moment. Very nice and very flat. Good morning, it's Friday now. I'm on the way to a local job. It's 11 o'clock. I've done a bit of running about this morning. I had to go and pick up my auntie, and also had to pick up the parts for the bodywork for this van, because it's going in tomorrow morning now. Having all those panels sorted out and everything done. And as I worked pretty late last night, well, very late, I did that great job down south to Sheerness, which I didn't realise was on an island. Well, when I say an island, there's about 100 yards of water and a bridge. I got back late, but that job was so well paid and there wasn't any work round there whatsoever. I drove home. But I'd already made my money for the week last night. But I did drive home empty. So what I thought I'd do today is I get my fuel money back from yesterday, and that's it. So I'm just on my way to a job from Rochdale, just down the road from me, and that's going up to Blackburn, and I'll try and pick something flirty up in Blackburn, and that'll be me, and that'll pay for all the juice I used yesterday and make it a decent week, which is really surprising for January. So I'll be finished early today, having started late, but you know, that's how it works out. I'm keeping an eye out on the feed for anything that may come up for Monday, because I've got nothing booked in. I've put a couple of quotes in, but nothing yet. No one's bit yet, but I'll try and get something for Monday morning if I can, so that I've got something to start me on. Anyway, fingers crossed on that. Well, it's still Friday. It's Friday afternoon, and it is 3:10. I am finished for the day. I just did a couple of relatively simple jobs today, nothing major. The feed was reasonable, certainly around the Greater Manchester area. There was quite a bit of work about. But my intention today really was to drag back all the fuel money I spent yesterday, meaning that everything I took up to Monday and Thursday and everything was kind of catered for. And this week has been, for considering it's January, it's been a good week. I've been pleasantly surprised by what it was. It's not a record-breaking week, my standards, but it's been a more than acceptable week. It hasn't been easy. I'm not going to kid anybody. There's been some late nights involved. There's been a lot of chasing about involved. And there's been a lot of frustration trying to get jobs. But on the whole, I'm satisfied, more than satisfied with what I took this week. It's more than I budgeted for, which is a Brucey bonus, isn't it? And as another bonus, I've actually got a job booked in for Monday. So there's no worry now. I don't have to look at the feed or anything like that. I've got a job booked in for Monday, and it's an ADR job as well. So it's not going massively far, but I booked it in and got a good rate, a really good rate for it. But as is the case, I booked in and secured that job about lunchtime today. And then there's been a host of ADR jobs coming out after that for Monday. A lot of them long distance and would generate good income. I would have stood a chance, I reckon, at getting at least, you know, a successful bid on one of them. But I've already accepted this job now, and I'm not in the business of letting people down. And that's just the way it goes. I'm satisfied with that job anyway. It's just that when you see what you could have won, as Bully used to say, but you know, that's a gamble, isn't it? But it's just peace of mind. I've got a job anyway, so worry over, don't need to fret over the weekend. Just giving the van a wash, and tomorrow she goes into the body shop at 8 AM and has the new wing put on and everything straightened up, and the under trays all fitted, and the new headlight bracket and everything like that. And so she's all fit and ready to go. I wanted to wash it so that they could be sure that the colour matches anyway, because it was filthy. But you just can't keep your van clean in this kind of weather, can you? So we'll see what next week brings. I'm hoping that as the weeks go on, it will get slowly but surely better. It wasn't as bad as I feared this week. And the tale from the tape from the other guys who have been in communication with, on the whole, and it's not the same for everybody, but on the whole, it's not been a bad week for most of them. So I would hope that's the same for everybody on the CX. So fingers crossed, eh? And let's hope it gets good. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate you watching. If you like it, like I always ask, put a thumbs up on. Having a thumbs up helps the video get out to other channels. I hope you enjoyed this kind of week in the life of. I don't normally do them quite like this, but sometimes it's quite interesting to see how you're getting in the week, isn't it? I hope you didn't find it too boring. And if you would consider it, if you don't subscribe to this channel, but you do watch it, would you subscribe to it? It's free of charge, doesn't cost you a single penny, and it just helps the videos get that little bit further out for those who hopefully will find a use for them. Like I said before, if you've got any questions, put them in. If I can't answer them, I'll simply put it out on a YouTube channel, on the YouTube channel, for other people to contribute answers, because it is a forum for everybody and I like it to be interactive where possible. So have a great weekend, everybody. Take care of yourselves and hopefully I'll see you all soon. Thank you.